Fun fact number 11. Today I'm going to talk about Barbies. I know the Barbie movie came out and there was a lot of controversy and stuff. And I didn't want to see it because I grew up creating worlds with Barbies with my sister and my best friend. Some other kids too. And sometimes my brother kind of. But mostly my sister and my best friend. And that lived across the street. And I didn't want to see the Barbie movie because I didn't want it to ruin those memories. And I didn't want it to be something kind of stupid. But what I heard about it, and I may watch it now, is that it really kind of about a perspective of Barbie and Ken and the real world, and how it tried to change kind of the view of Barbie, and how she started and where she got to and everything else, and kind of made fun of some of the stuff, which I didn't really want, but I think it actually was more about empowering who you are, whether you're Ken or Barbie. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But I just want to talk about, this is my fun fact 11, and I'm going to call it Barbie 1 because I'm going to talk in the next fun fact about Barbie 2. But this one, I just wanted to talk about what Barbie meant to me when I was a kid, playing with my sister and my best friend. And I swear we would take a whole day building a village. Now, my sister had a house that kind of folded up like into a case, and it had some furniture, and I had a house with some furniture, and we used it would fold out, and you'd have like 3 rooms, and we'd always make this another room up here because it was like a hard thing. We had furniture and stuff like that, and she had a house and I had a house. She had a car, I had a car. But we had more dolls, so we would spend a whole day really divvying up the stuff. We had something called a kitchen set, and clothes and dolls, but one whole day was spent building the town. And even though we had houses, we had a hard, even like this, like hard. This is George O'Keeffe. This was a little big, but we had like a barnyard book that had little doors in it, and we made it a barn. But it was like just a hardback book, and we would open them up. I don't know if you can see. We would open up the books like this, and then put another book. Like this would be a wall, and this would be a wall. We'd put another book on the other side, and then we'd put a book on top, and then put 2 books the same way. We would have 2-story buildings with the children's hardback books that we had. And so we'd build other houses out of hardback books and put furniture and things in them too. And my mom made a lot of our Barbie clothes. She made a lot of our clothes. She made, pillows and blankets, and my brother was 3 years older than me, and he built us an airplane and a recording studio and a stage and all sorts of things that he built us. He played G.I. Joe, and when he was tired of playing G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe stuff came to us. So then I had the tiger in the cage. I had another vehicle. I got the camper. I had a beauty salon, believe it or not, at one point. That's why we would take. I had a pool. I had like the little pool that they could go swimming in. It would take us a whole day to build the town, like divvy up, okay, somebody got the refrigerators, but we got the fake food, but somebody got the oven, and somebody got the dishwasher, and somebody got the table. And Carolyn's my favorite name right now, so my doll's name is going to be Carolyn. And It took us a whole day just to build the town and divvy everything up. The next day, we would actually create our stories, and it was about storytelling and about imagination, and maybe they call them role-playing games now. But that's what we do. We'd shove clothes up. We got in trouble from my dad. We would shove clothes up, like they'd be wearing a dress, and we'd shove other clothes up the dress so they looked like they were pregnant. We had baby Barbies. Yeah, we actually, before they had baby Barbie or whatever it's called, we found other dolls that were small, that were like babyish, and those were our babies. And horses and all sorts of stuff that we used in our imagination games and our storytelling. But there was three of us most of the time, so we all had to agree on whose boyfriend was who. And sometimes my character's boy, he was a boyfriend of somebody else's character, and they would get married and they would have kids. And one of them said, "I'm never getting married. I'm gonna go be an actress or a singer or a writer or something else, and I'm never getting married." And we had one thing is that the Barbies would swim in the pool and their hair would get wet. And to dry them out, my sister, we had the Barbies with the legs that were really, really straight and never bent. And then we had the ones where it bent at the knee. And my sister would go like this to dry their hair and to dry them out. And a few times with the knees, she cracked the knee open. The rubber would crack at the knee joint. So that wasn't very cool. But we would spend days and days and days, as much as we could, playing with the Barbies and creating stories and lives and worlds and towns. And it's like Minecraft today when they build towns and stuff, and characters and storylines and games and all sorts of stuff. But we did it with Barbies. And so it still exists today in that form. I don't know if people play with Barbies the way that we used to, that it was a whole big thing. But yeah, that was our world, and we loved it. And we would spend days playing. But half of it was like setup, and the other half, it's like making a movie. Get all your stuff together, get all the actors together, and then make up a storyline, and then let's now action. And we would do it. So that's my fun fact number 11. I'm going to call it Barbie 1, and Barbie 2 is coming your way in a day or two. Ciao, Bellas.